I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your hosting, Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show, what you're educated about the show. You click on that merchandise tab, take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt, all the different gimmicks you come to know, love, and expect from the Renegades of Puck. As a matter of fact, you can find socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, and so much more. We've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent hockey operation. We are also unaffiliated, so please help us out if you can. Do that on Threads, on Instagram, Facebook, and still lingering around on X, but not for much longer. So please, whatever it is social media-wise that you prefer, it doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't take you but a second, but sure goes a long way to helping out this independent operation here known as the Renegades of Puck. You can catch the show on YouTube. We would appreciate if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for our recent subscribers. We sure do appreciate that support. We appreciate you jumping in the trenches with us here. Subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications buttons, and make sure you catch all the latest episodes of Renegades of Puck podcast right there on YouTube. Virtual tip jar / swear jar over there on the corner of the desk. It's somewhere over that way. You can scan the QR code at any point in time during the show. You can leave $1. You can leave many more dollars than that if you'd like. Whatever it is you'd like to do, it sure goes a long way to helping us out here in the trenches, and the Renegades of Puck need your support. So thank you so much. You can also search Renegades of Puck on Venmo if you feel like doing so. Now it's time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It is time for operation number 929. That is right. It is time for show number 929, and at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 8th place in the Central Division. After 18 games, the Preds have a record of 5-10-3, 13 points, has them so far out of first place, I'm not even going to calculate it. I didn't come here to do math. I came here to talk hockey. On the road, which is where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place. It'll be game 4 of the 5-game CMA Get Your Shit Together road trip. 1-4-3 on the season. 41 goals for, 58 goals against. A goal differential of -17. Canucks is the next opponent, but we'll first update the Central Division, then we'll update the Preds schedule, and then we'll talk about the Vancouver Canucks and how these two teams will match up. So for the Central Division, I told you it was incalculable, and it is largely. The Winnipeg Jets have 30 points after 17 games played, and they are 17 points ahead of the Nashville Predators. That's right. The Predators are further behind first place than the total number of points that they have on the season this way. Minnesota Wild are in second place in the Central Division at this moment in hockey history with 25 points. Dallas Stars have 20 points in third place. Colorado, fourth place with 18 points. Utah at 17. St. Louis at 15. Chicago at 13. And the Nashville Predators in last place, 8th in the Central Division with 13 points as well. The Preds have one more game to go after this Vancouver stop on this 5-game Get Your Shit Together road trip Wednesday at Seattle before coming back home to face off against the buzzsaw known as the Winnipeg Jets. Then back on the road for the 25th of November at the New Jersey Devils, back home on the 27th versus the Philadelphia Flyers, and also add the 29th of November to that versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Season series, first up 3 games versus this Vancouver Canucks team between the Predators. Then it's the January the 3rd when the Preds will be in Vancouver for the second and final time this season. The Preds will host Vancouver on January the 29th, and then these two teams will be done playing unless they end up in a first-round playoff series like they did last year when the Vancouver Canucks won that series in 6 games. The Canucks so far this season, if you haven't checked in on them lately, 8-4-3 to begin the season with 19 points. That's 4th best in the Pacific Division. On home ice, not that impressive. 2-3-3, 47 goals for, 49 goals against, goal differential of -2 in their most recent stretch of 5. And make a note of this, they are playing on Saturday night leading into Sunday's game against the Nashville Predators. So they have Chicago at home later tonight, but their previous 5, because I would like to talk about that. On the 5th of November, 5-1 win at Anaheim. Then on the 7th, a 4-2 win at LA. On the 9th of November, a 7-3 loss versus the Edmonton Oilers. On the 12th of November, a 3-1 win versus Calgary. And most recently, their final result, a 5-2 loss versus the New York Islanders. So you see 3-2 in the last 5 with Chicago coming up on Saturday night. So hopefully the Vancouver Canucks will have a very knockdown, drag-out affair against the Islanders before the Predators come in on Sunday. Take a look at these two teams and their matchups. And quick notation, Tommy Novak is still listed as day-to-day for the Nashville Predators, not anticipated to be back in this game, but reportedly he on the mend. Goals for the Predators, highly disappointing, extremely disappointing. I cannot be more disappointed with this number as we head towards the quarter mark of the season schedule. The Predators are dead last in the NHL in scoring per game, 2.28 goals per game. That's 32nd overall in the league, and it is pathetic. You've added Steven Stamkos, you have added Jonathan Marchessault to Gus Nyquist, Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, and you are getting absolutely nothing done on the offensive side of things. For the Vancouver Canucks, 3.13 goals per game is 16th best in the NHL. The goals against category, Vancouver's 20th at 3.20. The Preds are 3.22, and that is 21st. So pretty even on that particular metric. Shots for the Predators are 11th overall in the NHL at 30.4. The Vancouver Canucks are generating only 27.9 shots on goal per game. That is 20th in the league. But the Preds have fallen really far down in the shots against category as of late. 29.8 is down to 23rd. The Vancouver Canucks, 27.7 shots against is 9th best in the NHL. One of only two top 10 metrics that the Vancouver Canucks have in the statistical category. So only in the top third of the league in two different things. The second one's coming up. Power play for the Predators ahead of Vancouver, 20.7% conversion rate, 12th best. 12 conversions, 58 opportunities. The Vancouver Canucks, 20% even. That's 15th best in the NHL. 9 conversions out of 45 opportunities. Now, the other top 10 metric I mentioned for the Vancouver Canucks is right here in the penalty kill. 83.3% is 9th best in the NHL. They've given up just 9 power play goals against, and that seems quite good until you look at the Nashville Predators side of things. 92.1% is the Predators kill rate, so 9% higher. Best overall in the NHL, first, and 5 power play goals against on the season is also first overall in the National Hockey League. So the Predators penalty kill unit continues to excel. For a team in last place, for a team near the bottom of the entirety of the NHL, the penalty kill unit is the best in the league and performing at an excellent level, and they need to, or else the Predators will be getting blown out of these games. The Predators take too many damn penalties. When it comes to individual scoring leaders for each of these teams, let's talk about the home team Vancouver Canucks first. I think Quinn Hughes leading the way from out of the blue line. 3 goals, 13 assists, 16 points. Easily one of the best players in the entire NHL that never gets the recognition or the conversation that he deserves. And I guess it's because he plays in Vancouver, out of sight, out of mind for the East Coast media. So they just don't talk about Quinn Hughes enough. Miller's got 5 goals and 9 assists for 14 points. Bossers at 6 and 5 for 11. Garland's 4 goals and 7 assists for 11. And Pettersson 4 and 5 for 9 on the Predator side of things. Philip Forsberg and the Nashville Predators haven't moved in the offensive categories very much lately. So very stagnant right here. The numbers going to sound real familiar to you. Philip Forsberg still leads the team in scoring with 8 goals and 5 assists for 13 total points, but now 18 games played for the Predators. So Philip Forsberg, who was at a point per game through about the first 12 games of the season, has now fallen quite far behind at 13 points in 18 games. And that's going to be a hard pace to catch up if Forsberg is capable of putting them in bunches and batching points. So we'll see how that works out. The captain, Romeo, also has not moved. 1 and 11 for 12. O'Reilly, 3 and 7 for 10. Marchessault, 3 and 6 for 9 points. Gus Nyquist, 5 goals, 3 assists for 8 points. My nose is itchy. I can't explain it. Maybe it's the dry air, the cold air. I don't know what it is. My nose is itchy. So for the goaltending matchup for this game, UC Saros should get the start for the Predators. And catch this, the win-loss record versus the rest of the numbers. I'll explain what it means. 4-8-2 is the record. 2.52 goals against, 9.15 save percentage, 2 shutouts. Does it sound like 4-8-2 is the record of a goaltender that has a 9.15 save percentage with 2 shutouts and a 2.52 goals against average? It doesn't. That's because UC Saros is actually playing extremely good hockey, while the team in front of him is playing extremely poor hockey with the worst rated offense in the entire league. 9.15 save percentage, 2.52 with 2 shutouts. That's really strong numbers considering the garbage performance UC Saros put up in his first handful of starts in October. Lankinen, we all remember Lankinen. Wish he was still the backup of the Nashville Predators. He's 8-2-2 for Vancouver. That's a hell of a start to the season as a starter. 2.60 goals against, a 907 save percentage, and he also has 1 shutout on the season. Certainly liked Lankinen a lot better than I like Wedgwood in net as the backup goaltender for the Nashville Predators. So hopefully this doesn't come back to bite them in another way, because Wedgwood is certainly already bit the Predators in a couple of different ways. That's going to do it for the preview session of this show. Let's go back to the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Let's go back to Calgary. Let's find out what happened between the Preds and the Flames, and we'll break it down. We'll do some analysis, box score, and we've got a doozy of a Spartans update coming for you later in the show. The Great Lakes Division has given birth to a brand new national rivalry in the USPHL, and it is otherworldly, the statistics on the penalty side of things that are coming out of the Toledo Cherokee versus Red River Spartans series the last 2 seasons. I got an update coming for you a little bit later just to divert a little bit away from this. All right, coming up next, Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to November the 15th, year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were in Calgary to take on the Flames for the first time this season. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensemen in the following combinations: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Stamkos, Marchessault, Sissons, and Nyquist, Tomasino, Parson, and Evangelista. LaRue, McCarron, and Smith make up your fourth line. Shea and Yossi, Luzon, and Carrier, Delgaizo, and Shen make up your defensive pairings, and UC Saros gets the start on the second night of back-to-backs. 125 into the first period, and we found UC Saros coming up with a save on Sharangovich. It's the first shot on goal of the game. 143 of the first period, though, Brady Shea off to the box spins for roughing, our first special team scenario of the game. Sees UC Saros coming with a save on Backlund, then another save on Uyghur, then yet another save on Sharangovich. It was UC Saros keeping the Predators in this one early on. The 4:52 mark of the first period, it's Wolf coming with a save on Tomasino. Evangelista jamming away there at the blue paint, looking for opportunities. It would not go. 7:15 versus Huberdeau off the box minutes for cross-checking on Yossi's cell job. That's right, the captain, Roman Yossi, seemed to have earned a call there. Too much looking around on the power play for the Predators, though. 0 shots on goal and simply not being selfish enough. We've talked about that before. The Predators got to start shooting the puck. 9:40 the first period. Now Wolf comes up with a save on Smith off of the rush. Cole Smith looking to duplicate his goal from the previous night. 10:06 of the first period. Now halfway past the midpoint of the period. Sissons off the box. Minutes for high sticking. The Preds find themselves short-handed again, but it is Wolf coming up with a save on Smith's partial breakaway plus Nyquist's follow-up. The Predators really possibly their best scoring chance of the entire game right here, and unable to get it to go through. Saros comes with a save on Anderson. A large scrum would ensue afterwards, and we'd find McCarron and Pospisil off the box, 2 minutes each for roughing. 16:15 in the first period. Now Wolf comes up with a save on Smith. 17:33 of the first. Saros comes with a save on Pospisil. 18:33. McCarron versus Paul, 5 minutes each for fighting right here. McCarron was not happy with a hit that was put on, and so he instigated a fight. Did not get called for it, luckily. 19:13 of the first period. Wolf comes up with a save on Jonathan March. So we hit the end of the first period with no score in the game. Calgary out shooting Nashville 10-8. 13 seconds into the second period on a clean sheet. It's UC Saros back to work immediately, coming up with a save on Coleman at the 1:31 mark. Saros another save, this time on Anderson. 2:46 of the second period. It's Luke Evangelista hitting the post at the 3:31 mark. Saros comes up with a save on Bean. 5:18. Saros another save, this time on Uyghur at the 6:45 mark of the second period. Saros a save on Backlund. 7:27. Now Wolf comes up with a save on Stamkos, backhand at the side of the crease. Perhaps Wolf's biggest save of the game at this point. 2 really huge plays. The Predators had opportunities on the doorstep, and Wolf has turned them away in the first half of this game. The 9:03 mark of the second. Huberdeau hits the crossbar on a 2-on-1. Again, the Calgary Flames looked like they had the Preds dead to rights on this one, but Huberdeau hits iron. 12:35 past the halfway point of this game. Saros comes up with a save on Anderson. 16:12. Saros comes up with a save on Coronado at the 16:14 mark. Just after that save on Coronado, Carrier picks up a penalty, 2 minutes for holding, and then Luzon picks up a penalty immediately after the faceoff. 2 minutes for puck over the glass that leads to a 5-on-3 scenario for the Calgary Flames on the power play for 1 minute and 56 seconds potentially. The captain, Roman Yossi, giving up the body and sacrificing all over the place, blocking multiple shots. Colton Sissons also involved right here. UC Saros does have to come with a save on Huberdeau, and the Predators are able to bend, not break, survive the 5-on-3. It was intense, but the Predators penalty kill, the number 1 overall kill unit in the league, gets the job done here for 1 minute and 56 seconds of 5-on-3 shorthanded time. 18:32 of the second period. UC Stars comes with a save on Kirkland at the end of the second period, and this helped with the 5-on-3. But Calgary is outshooting Nashville Predators dramatically here, 24-16. So Calgary adds 14 shots on goal in the second period. The Predators duplicate their first period effort, 8 in the first, 8 in the second, 16 total for the game. We find ourselves into the third period of a scoreless hockey game right here. See if the Preds can gain some momentum after that big 5-on-3 kill near the end of the second. 56 seconds, it's Wolf coming with a save on Brady Shea. 106, Wolf comes in with a save on McCarron. 2:35, Wolf, another save on Philip Forsberg. The Preds buzzing here to start this third period. The 2:50 mark, UC Stars comes in with a save on Backlund. And at 6:37 of the third period, it's Marinov off, scoring his first goal of the season. Wide open, cuts to the net from the D spot after a big-time faceoff win by the Calgary Flames, and he's able to unload at the time and place of his choosing, which was the low faceoff circle, and he picks his spot, scoring his first goal of the season. You've heard that one a few times before against the Predators. Calgary leads 1-0 here in the third period. 8:02 now in the third period. Wolf comes with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. At 9:31 of the third, it's Paul off the box. 2 minutes for holding Predators with a power play and an opportunity right here. Saros, though, has to come up with a save on Anderson's shorthanded chance, and then Saros has to come up with a save on Coleman's shorthanded chance. 2 glorious shorthanded scoring opportunities for the Calgary Flames before Wolf has to come up with 1 save on March. So the Predators' power play, when they needed it most, just absolutely fails them on this situation. And then we find a 14:51. Wolf comes up with a save on Tomasino. 17:15, Wolf, a save on Shea, and the empty net goal is added by the Calgary Flames. Coleman, his 4th of the season at 18:51. That's the empty net goal, giving Calgary a 2-0 lead, and that is your final score in this one, and it is a really hard one. UC Stars played a really strong game in this one. Predators just unable to break through on Wolf. They had their opportunities. They just couldn't get it done. I forgot to write down the shots on goal, so you'll see them right there, up there on the screen. Whatever the hell they are. What does it matter? 2-0. The Calgary Flames shoot out the Nashville Predators, and the Predators fall in the hinge game of the CMA Get Your Shit Together road trip. Game 3 of the road trip, they do not secure a point. They get shut out 2-0 Calgary on to Vancouver. We will break it down much more coming up on the Renegades of Puck podcast. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in Renegades of Puck podcast. Let's get into the analysis portion of things. UC Stars 31-32, a goal against, an outstanding performance wasted by the team in front of them. Again, we made the comparisons and we talked about the stats during the preview session during segment 1, but a 2.52 goals against, a 9.15 save percentage with 2 shutouts does not sound like a goaltender that has a record of 4-8-2 on the season. The Preds were putrid in front of UC Stars. He can't do much better than he did in this game. The one goal that he gave up, unfortunate, but he did the best that he could in this one. 31 out of 32, a 9.69 in-game save percentage, 8 power play saves, 2 shorthanded saves. That's pulling your part of the rope. Where the hell is the Nashville Predators' top 2 lines in the offense? You'll notice an absence of all of those players in the rest of the analysis conversation right here. Cole Smith, for the second game in a row, Cole Smith gets the top analysis portion as far as the skaters go, and that is frankly unacceptable. Good for Cole Smith, stick taps to Cole Smith, but I mean, sweet hockey Jesus. I'm going to be talking about Cole Smith and his 3 shots on goal as the top performer for the Nashville Predators as far as forwards in this game? Yes, I am. Cole Smith, 3 shots on goal, 3 hits, 258 in shorthanded time on ice. Deserves that recognition. Almost did it again, shorthanded breakaway, and almost put that one in. Could not beat Wolf right there. That would have been special, though. 2 nights in a row with Smith getting a huge goal for the Birds. Luke Evangelista, another highly noticeable game. 3 shots on goal and his 14:54 in total time on ice. Also rings the iron 1 time. Luke Evangelista got some shout-out and notice on the broadcast as well. Chris Mason talking about the level of jam that Evangelista has been bringing in recent games, and it is highly noticeable. And across the board right here, 159 total time on ice on the power play, 14:54 total for the game. He had 3 shots on goal. He had a blocked shot, and one of the stat lines that was actually quite good as far as the forwards go for the Predators. Tomasino is another notation I want to make. 3 shots on goal with 2 hits and 12:58 time on ice. So that young line is doing work out there, and they need more time, and perhaps they should get the start in Vancouver. Why not? Why not reward the young players who are playing the best right now? You have veteran players who are making millions of dollars who are dramatically underperforming. I say drastically and dramatically. I tried to say it together, but it didn't work. They're dramatically underperforming their contracts. They're dramatically underperforming their history, their skill set, their previous history, their previous seasons, all of that. Steven Stamkos, where is Steven Stamkos as far as the offense is concerned? I'm tired of seeing one-timers from the left circle that just don't go anywhere. Everybody knows it's coming and it's not working. If that's the only reason you signed Steven Stamkos, you should have saved that money and got some younger, hungrier, more aggressive, faster players that can do more than just one-timers from the left circle. I'm also going to talk about Alex Carrier. Yay, get the trend right here. Another young player. 1 shot on goal, 1 block shot, 1 hit. 3 takeaways, no giveaways, 2019 in total time on ice. Alex Carrier has not been exposed at all this season. He has been wonderful out there on the rink. He deserves the credit. Brady Shea played quite the game. As far as the new Predators class is concerned, I have bagged on the forwards quite a bit. Brady Shea, though, in this particular game, if this type of performance can be delivered on a consistent basis, then the Predators are going to find themselves in good shape. But the forwards not being able to score makes Brady Shea's 3 shots on goal, 4 block shots, 4 hits, and 21:06 in total time on ice completely wasted. 137 in shorthanded time on ice. Also put in some power play time. So for the Nashville Predators, you get some good performances from your defensemen, and you're not getting anything from your forwards. You get a great performance from your goaltender, and your forwards are not delivering you anything. Again, I'm not going to get all that worked up about it, but it sure as hell seemed like last night was the type of game where the Predators were clawing and fighting and trying to drag their way across the finish line. They just couldn't get one by Wolf, and they couldn't get themselves the point or points that they needed at the end of the night. It just felt like a real letdown at the end of this game. But the young players, the young guys are out there fighting hard. Maybe you want to think about that competitive rebuild era that we were in last year. That was a whole lot more fun and exciting. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to hit the box score, and then I'm going to get to that Spartans update because it is going to be worth your time. It's going to be worth seeing and hearing about. All right, back after this right here on Renegades of Puck podcast.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in. Box score should be short. There's not a single goal. There's not a single assist for the Nashville Predators. Moving on to the shots on goal category. 3 was the magic number. I'm going to tell you every single damn one of them. Luke Evangelista at 3. Marchessault at 3. Cole Smith at 3. Philip Tomasino at 3. At Roman Josi and Brady Shea to 3 with that. And that's going to be topped in your shots on goal for this Nashville Predators. Even the block shots category laid the way by 4 with Brady Shea. 3 from Roman Josi. And that's just about it. Limited number of block shots out of the 7 block shots I just mentioned between Josi and Shea. only 10 more combined for the remainder of the roster. Now, the physical component of things was good. This game was fun, actually. First two periods, back and forth. UC Saros playing hard, teams being physical on each other. There was some gaps, some slows down, some stoppages, too many faceoffs maybe. But overall, I mean, there was some flow to this game. There was some good physical nature to this game, and you can see the physical components of things right here when I tell you Jeremy Lauzon led the way. Not a surprise by that. 8 total hits. First snowman we've seen from him in a little bit, and we also have 4 from Colton Sissons. We also have 4 from Luke Shen, 4 from Brady Shea, 3 from Roman Josi. That's unusual. 3 from Cole Smith, 3 from Philip Forsberg. So you see the Preds really laying the body out there. 38 hits in this game. Love to see that. Your time on ice leaders, second night of back-to-back. So again, another night where Andrew Burnett managed to keep the forwards under 20 minutes. As a matter of fact, 18:04 is your time on ice leader. Steven Stamkos. But, again, only one shot on goal and rather just missing. Not seeing Steven Stamkos be an impact player on the game. But 18:04 does lead the Predators forwards in time on ice. 17:55 for Nyquist, 17:41 for Philip Forsberg. On the defensive side of things, you had 3 defensemen over 20 minutes total. Roman Josi, 27:04. Roman Josi played almost an entire game in the back-to-back night. I think he was around 52, 53 minutes total in 2 nights. That's highly impressive. 21:06 for Brady Shea, 20:19 for Alex Carey. Power play 0 for 2 and now down to 12th in the league with the amount of skill and talent. The Predators should be in the top 10 power play all season long, but they are currently not. 2.05. We don't say 0.205 for Philip Forsberg on the power play. 203 for Steven Stamkos. 159 for Luke Evangelista. 233 for the captain, Roman Josi. The penalty kill continues to be the number 1 overall penalty kill unit in the league, only giving up 5 power play goals against this season and killing off 92.1%. Well, they were 4 for 4. Perfect in this one. Let's give some stick taps to the guys who got it done. 3:19 in total shorthanded time on ice for Michael McCarron. 2:58 for Cole Smith. 2 minutes for Colton Sissons. Also go down to the defensive side of things and you'll find a 2:48 Roman Josi and some impressive penalty kill work on the 5-on-3. Lauzon at 2:26. Brady Shea at 1:37. And I believe Luke Shen's entire 1:34 of penalty kill time took place during the 5-on-3. I'm pretty certain of that. So Luke Shen deserves some recognition. Again, the penalty kill unit was 4 out of 4 in this game and a 5-on-3 against for 1 minute and 56 seconds. Damn, that's hard to stop. But Roman Josi did some extra fine work as a defenseman and as a leader out there in this situation. Add Colton Sissons to that, and obviously Luke Shen to that as well. So the Predators penalty kill unit perfect in this game. Your goaltender UC Saros 31 out of 32, 1 goal against, 9.69 in-game save percentage, 21 even strength saves, but 8 power play saves and 2 shorthanded saves. So 10 saves out of his 31 come on the special teams scenario. 1/3 of them. That is a lot to deal with right there. Other things falling out of the box score, we'll run them down real quick. The power play 0 for 2, the PK 4 for 4, face-off winning percentage 50.6%, not bad. And there was a number of face-offs, 17 block shots, 38 hits, 10 takeaways, 11 giveaways in this game. Now, that's going to do it for the analysis on this game. It's unfortunate. UC Saros played good. The defense didn't play half bad. The offense and the forwards just were non-existent in this game against the Calgary Flames. Other than that, found some entertainment out of a low-scoring game. Saw some good goaltending by Wolf. Was not familiar with much of his work, but he is an impressive new starter for the Calgary Flames. And if he can continue playing at the level he did last night, he's going to have an exceptional season. Already putting up some decent numbers. So that's going to do it for the analysis, the box score, and all of that. Now, Spartans, I've teased it a couple times, so let's talk about it. Let's just get through this. There is a new rivalry that has been born in the Great Lakes Division. You knew about the Red River Spartan Toledo Cherokee because I've been telling you about it for the last 2 seasons. Those 2 teams squared off again last night in Toledo. Let me recap the rivalry when it comes to these 2 teams. In 2023-2024, when these 2 teams found themselves in the Great Lakes Division for the first season together, it was the Spartans going 6-0 against Toledo, including 2 wins in the playoffs, sweeping the first-round series. 29-7, they outscored Toledo. There were a combined 362 penalty penalty minutes in that season series between the two teams. Now, come to this season, 2024-2025. Last night was Game 5 of a 6-game series this season. The Toledo Cherokee are currently 5-0 on the season. They've outscored the Spartans 33-8. And there are 663 penalty minutes combined in the 5-game series. As a matter of fact, I'm about to take you to the 5th game of that series. It took place just last night in Toledo, and it never actually got completed. You'll see why when you watch this.
Not sure if they look to hit a stick on the way to the goal as Templeton throwing an extra shot in on Gonzalez, and how about a little brouhaha? Roman Templeton right in the middle of things, stirring the pot. And who else would you expect other than Jace Weimer for Toledo mixing it up? Pulauskas can't find the puck. Sent ahead for Templeton. Templeton drives down low, throws a bad angle shot. Krill holds on. And a heavy collision behind the goal. Krill made the save initially and it bounced up high, and Templeton in hard, and Basetic taking exception. Any shots back at the Cherokee. And Ingersoll, look at that. Elkins got tripped up by Ingersoll, and just after the fray is over, oh, it's an old-fashioned Donnybrook. The ref's gonna let him go? Oh boy, Jason Weimer going after Templeton, who's running away, who gets dumped by Gertis Pulauskas. You know, you can't start something if you're gonna run away. And Jace Weimer definitely wants his 5 minutes worth here. Looks like, is he gonna get his wish? Yep. Weimer throwing some heavy rights in onto it. And he'll switch to the left and back to the right. Jace Weimer throwing some heavy shots. Oh, Jace Weimer, the knockout punch. 3 fights on the season against the Spartans by Weimer. And oh, did he get his 5 minutes there. And things are still not done. Templeton still stirring the pot with Elkins. Indelicato intercepts. Gino Indelicato drives down low, throws one towards the goal. Held on to by Krill. Perfect timing for Dancing Queen, as another gathering of players is going to lead to definitely at least one penalty. He blows a tire. Delayed penalty coming up here. Myers on the receiving end of some extra shots from Begley. The officials letting them wrestle it out.
10-minute misconduct.
Picked up by Davidson. Myler at the Cherokee bench takes his man down heavily. And Delicato ripping the helmet off a bracket, and he's skating away now. Things going from bad to worse, and this is going to be an absolute yard sale. Ryan Beard joining in. Cooper Brackett, and now we got guys coming off the bench. This is getting out of control. Absolutely ridiculous. Trevin Johnson getting jumped. This is out of control. Absolutely ridiculous. Linesman doing nothing to help Trevin Johnson, who should not have jumped in the first place, but there are no words right now. This is unacceptable is what it is. An absolute gong show. There's not going to be any players for either of these teams tomorrow. I mean, look at the equipment on the ice. Helmets and gloves. There was like 7 bodies just laying there getting body slammed. We'll see what Trevor Beaudry wants to do here. He's got to separate everyone. Nick Saenz. Assistant coach Nick Saenz was on the ice. Has to be ushered off by Anthony DeFlora. I mean, what is going on? What I thought was going to happen, Trevor Beaudry is cutting this one off. I have never seen this. An absolute gong show. Ends with 8:25 in the third period. Toledo up 5-0. Coaches screaming at each other.
A total of 254 penalty minutes in that game last night that ended 5-0. Had to be stopped midway through the third period because the Red River Spartans had to forfeit because they did not have enough players to complete the game after the number of Fighting Majors misconducts and ejections that took place in the incident that you just saw. The Red River Spartans and the Toledo Cherokee are officially rivals. The Spartans lead the series after 11 games, 6-5. They've outscored the Cherokee 37-30. There are a combined 1,025 penalty minutes between the two teams and one playoff meeting so far in their first season plus of being division rivals. By the way, these two clubs, well, they'll meet one more time January 10th, 2025. That takes place when the Spartans go to Toledo. A rivalry is born. These two teams, if they were to meet in the Great Lakes Division bracket of the playoffs for the USPHL Premier, it would be quite possibly one of the most anticipated series we have ever seen for the Red River Spartans. Incredible stuff right there. Glad you stuck around to check out the update. Glad you enjoy the Spartans talk here on the show. That's going to do it for episode number 929. Predators are going off to Vancouver. It's game 4 of the Get Your Shit Together road trip. They've got 2 games left. They got 4 points available. They've only picked up 2 out of a possible 6 points so far. Not good enough. They're going to have to find a way to get it done, and hopefully they're going to be able to do so in Vancouver and then in Seattle before coming home to face off against that buzzsaw known as the Winnipeg Jets on next Saturday. So for the Nashville Predators, wrap up Sunday. They don't play again until Wednesday, then they play Saturday, a slower week. That's not only time to get your shit together, but if you don't get your shit together, that's time for your GM to make an awful lot of phone calls, send a lot of text messages, and start planning the next 3 quarters of the season for this last place Nashville Predators franchise. That's it. Show's over. Go enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's beautiful out there. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.